sleepy. Let's pin James. Do you,
Pin me.
do you
Hmm.
mind, James,
An
if I?
interesting idea.
I know.
Why don't you start us off, Scott?
Okay.
Welcome, everybody.
Oh, well, yeah. How about we welcome everybody? Those of you.
Uh-oh. Scott, you've been muted, so unmute yourself. There you go.
Welcome everybody to Namaste, to the vibe here. Those of you on Zoom, those of you on YouTube, those of you at Namaste Village, we love you and we're so glad you're with us. Father James will take it from here.
Okie dokie. Hello, everyone. Here I am back at the Shivananda Yoga Ashram on Paradise Island in the Bahamas. And I'm so happy that I could find a little spot here in the center where there seems to be adequate internet so I can come and just simply join in a single intention. That's all we really do here is we come together with a single intention, which is to awaken and realize what is already awake within us. What is already awake within us, to realize the truth that is already true within us. That's all we do. And we share that. And in the sharing, it increases. In the sharing, in the joining, the momentum of that awakening, of that realization comes full force into our mind, into our heart, into our whole being. I can feel that very much here at the Shivananda Yoga Ashram, just surrounded by people who are coming together for the same purpose. And even though we may not know each other, whichever community we may find ourselves in, it's in the single intention of that commitment that we are joined. It's beyond personality, it's beyond concepts, beyond all symbols and words, but it's a single reality and experience. And so that's why we call this the Namaste experience, because it's an experience that extends past all of those ideas and concepts that we have held to keep ourselves in place. So worried that if we lose our place, we lose ourself, when actually the opposite is true. We could never lose our place in heaven, and you could never lose yourself with the capital S. You might lose yourself with the small s, that identity that you've been claiming for so long, holding on to, thinking that when this physical body dies, that true self, that whole self somehow evaporates or dissolves. But it's just the limitation that dissolves. And joining together, especially as we do at Namaste Village on Wednesdays, in quiet, in solitude, in contemplation, we can begin to feel the rising of that energy, the rising of that quality, the quality of one. And so welcome to all of you. Thank you, Scott, for leading us in. Vicky and I asked Scott this week if he would kind of be the moderator and hold the space. And just in case one of us gets bumped out, as I guess happened yesterday, Scott will be right there to pick up the baton and keep on running. So I want to begin. I'm going to be talking just for a number of minutes here before I have to turn it over to Vicky, because this is the same time our breakfast is, but I want to get us rolling. And I want to begin by telling you a story of something that happened yesterday. It was actually when I was at breakfast, right after leaving this meeting. I eat my meals in the room where the swamis gather. There are about 4 or 5 swamis who live here. And one of them, I don't remember his name. I'll have to check that. But he looks like he just walked out of a cave in the Himalayan mountains. Long beard, very old Indian man, very, very thin. He looks like he is the quintessential hermit swami high in the mountains of India. And he also has that presence, that vibrant electric presence, that when he looks into your eyes, you feel something penetrating maybe the mask, the identity. And I had the sense that with this amazing swami, the identity had dissolved into the identity of the one, that one whole mind that we sometimes call God, that we call love. We can call anything, really. So we're sitting there at the table, and people were asking me a few questions and about my past, how long has it been since I've been here at the ashram? Have I been a Franciscan for many years? And I explained that when I was 18, I had joined the Catholic Franciscans, but only for a couple of years. And then I told a few other little things. And he looked at me in that moment and he said, yes, but there is one thing that has not changed in all of those lessons and all of those lives. One thing that has not changed. So I asked, okay, what is that one thing? And he said, it is the I. The I. You say, I was a Franciscan when I was 18. I went to school at a certain school in a certain city. I then got married. I then did this. I am now here at Shivananda. And yet the I that experienced all of these things, no matter where it was, when it was, has remained the same. It is the I that we seek. And I immediately felt this amazing, powerful realization of that I, even beyond the I am. We've talked about this before. It begins with the I am that I am, which dissolves into I am that, which dissolves into I am, which finally dissolves into that I with a capital letter, not of the I with the small letter, the identity, but the I that includes all. So this was a vibrant experience for me to be looking into this sage's eyes and feeling that he knew exactly what he was saying. He understood quite well that I that we share. So I went into my room immediately and I wrote something that I want to share. But actually, I forgot one thing before I do that. We didn't do our prayer for the awakened, and that's so important. I think this prayer is such a beautiful reminder of that I. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. Let me pull that up first. And I'm going to ask you to please join me with energy and enthusiasm. My soul has but one goal: to awaken to the truth that is forever true. My heart has but one desire: to remember the passion of infinite bliss. My mind has but one focus: to embrace the reality that is forever real. I choose to awaken now to the infinite love that is my source. I give everything to this love, just as it has given everything to me. I am awake now. So here's the question I want to ask all of you, and feel free to unmute if you want to answer this question loud. Here it is. How is everyone today?
Awake
and
and ready.
ready.
How feels everyone today?
Awake
And ready.
Indeed, you are awake and ready. And so now we can begin. I want to share the paragraph that I wrote after visiting with this Swami, who I'm going to see in a few minutes again, as soon as I log off and go have my breakfast. But let me go ahead and pull this up so you can see and share this with me. Here we go. This is called the I that I am. The I that I am is who I am forever, without change. Who I am forever, without change. The self, the capital S, knows only itself, since nothing but this exists. We could stop right there. That says the whole thing. The self, which is who you are, knows only itself. since nothing but that self, that whole self, exists anywhere at any time, extending as love extends, including as love includes, allowing as love allows. This is who I am and will forever remain, regardless of the imp within my mind that screams, don't believe, don't listen, just keep moving, and the truth won't catch you. But I did stop, and love found me. Now I am at peace. I did stop, and love found me. That's where peace reigns, the I that I am, the true identity that we share, because only that exists. And don't we share this in one way or another every single day at Namaste Village? Isn't this our whole and only focus? To come into a vibrant experience of that I believe it is. And that's why we start off our day in this way. We come together, we join in that single intention. We hear me, Vicky, or others share their experience of that, but then it's up to us to experience it, to proclaim and declare that this is who I am now and forever without change. So I want everyone, I'm gonna put my view into gallery real quick. I want everyone who agrees with this, who has their camera on, to raise your hand. This is like being at school again. Do you claim this? Do you believe this? Are you ready for this? Yeah, oh, I can see everybody at Namaste. I can see people I can see Jet, wherever. Oh, Jet's up in his room. I can see his little bunk bed. I can see it called Deve. Oh, Allison. So good to see all of you. George, yes. This is the only thing that is left now, to claim that which forever claims us. And then the rest is just a beautiful amusement park ride that we enjoy. And then we go home. So, Vicky, I'm going to let you take it home. I'm going to head off and have some breakfast now. I love you all. Vicky, thank you so much, and have an amazing silent day.
Thank you,
Everyone.
James. Father James, before you go, I can't resist. I have one question to ask you.
Yes.
The amazing Swami, the holy man himself, does he wear a diaper? I want to know if the outfit's complete.
I tell you what, I'll take a picture of him
Oh,
the next time I see him, and I'll show it to you guys tomorrow.
okay, very good.
But I'm not going to ask him if he wears a diaper.
No, you know what I mean. The loincloth that
Oh no, he has a big,
that's what I mean.
the big orange
Oh,
Swami
he
outfit
does. Oh,
on.
you know what I meant. The
Kind of
loin.
like what Scott's wearing.
Yeah, kind of like what Scott's wearing. Okay. Thank you. Thank
I
you.
love you guys.
We
I'll
love
see
you. Thank you.
tomorrow.
That was an amazing, that was right on point, right to where we are. So hi, everybody. Welcome, everyone. And happy Holy Silent Wednesday. It's a wonderful day to let ourselves rest into that presence, that I am I presence, because that's how we get there. There's no finding it by figuring it out. There's no problem solving. There's no workshop. Finally, when it's all said and done, the way that we get there, it's that surrender Dorothy again. It can be mild to wild, remember, when we let go of the ego the whole system, just let it go and relax into what is eternal. When we don't strive for anything, what we are becomes visible and experiential. So don't let it all go. All your expectations, all your desires, all your wants, all your hurts, let them just all be a minute. Just at least put them on hold. And on Wednesday, when we're joined with many brothers, it's easier to do. It's easier to do for me because I know I'm joined by my brothers here to be in quiet and resist the ego's idea of going about doing this and that, and just relaxing and resting and opening to. This is about receiving. You know, in the world, we go to get everything, but the world of spirit, if we want to tune into that, the only thing I get is that I have to receive what is already there. If we receive the eternal presence, that I, another name for that I is simply love, just like James's paragraph ended. Another name for I is love, and it's love without opposite. Love that does not depend on any appearances that are fleeting, that come and go. Another name for that is, and if you've been doing the workbook lessons, I know some of you do the workbook lessons, it's the holiness lessons. I love these lessons. They're full of grace. The holiness lessons are talking about that I. When it says, there's nothing your holiness cannot do. It changes all of the rules of time and space. There's no restriction that restricts the holiness that we already are. Not that we have to get to, not that we have to earn. We don't have to get anything. We have to be. So when we receive what is already present within us, by not getting in the way of it, that's how we receive. We stop blocking it. It's really that simple. From in my heart, honestly, I have to keep this simple to live it. I have to. If I get a lot of ideas or steps or processes, I'm like out in left field somewhere. I can't, I'm like, oh no. But if I can keep it this simple, and it's my heart's desire that I share this with you, and that you can keep it that simple, and together we discover what's really already within us. The joy without opposite, the love without opposite, the I that we are, only because we're willing to receive it. We're willing to be open to it. When James said, love found him, love finds us because we're not lost. The I that we are is constant. We may go through many dream episodes, but we are not the dream or the dream episode. They're just, enjoy them. Enjoy the costuming and the scripts. Everyone's doing their part so well. Look around. It's very convincing. It's like watching, you know, you might as well be watching Academy Award movies with everybody's life. They're doing it quite well. And it's okay, we've done ours quite well too. But now it's time we go backstage, we take off the makeup and the costume, we drop the script, we don't have to memorize the lines, and we rest. And today, Holy Wednesday, Silent Wednesday, rest into silence and focus on the invisible world. Now, this is the other thing I found. The more I come into listening, receiving, recognizing oneness, that we are all one, that all of creation is one, not just brothers and sisters that seem other souls, all of life is one. So the more I realize oneness, the more I realize the multitudes of oneness, or the everything of oneness. That means the angels and all of the choirs and all the fairies and the elementals, especially since I've been paying attention to the trees and everything. There must be lots of evolutions of beings of love that share creation with us. And when I pay attention to the invisible presence of that holiness that we are, the love that we are, the feeling of that, of the, I don't know, the fullness, I'll say the fullness of spaciousness starts coming into my recognition. And I'm not psychic, I'm so very ordinary. It's like I'm so ordinary, but I guess that's okay. I'm just ordinary. But what I do not do as much as possible is interfere. That's all. And by resting and paying attention to the invisible, I guess it's always been paying attention to me. I wasn't listening. It starts showering me, or I can feel held. I don't feel ever alone. First time I've lived really alone, because I've lived with bunches of people for most of my life, usually 20 or more in a household. I've never, for the most part, have never really been physically alone. I can't believe how full I feel. Like the house is full all the time with the invisible presence of singing and angels and flowers and scents and all of what life has really been being. And now I'm starting to recognize it. So remember we talked about that the other day. In perception, we live by counting and measuring and judging and solving. And in spirit, when we want to open to who we are, that soul, that divine holiness that we are, we live by receiving, by recognition, by paying attention to what is invisible to the physical eye, but is becoming physical almost to our inner sense. We come into this inner sense of knowing. Let that knowing, let that knowing take precedence. In the Old Testament, that line, lean not unto your own understanding. That's what the ego system is, our own understanding. Oh, someone's sick, someone's dying. Oh, that's sad. Oh no, the I, the soul of a brother or a sister is expressing and maybe moving from one script into an eternal script, from a dream sequence into life eternal, into letting go of all false identities and resting into that one identity, that one I identity. That's all oneness is. We are love. We belong to love. We belong to a creator who created us as love, as part of himself. All we want to do is let him take care of us. That's the other big word, receive and let. Receive what's already present, the world, the invisible world of spirit, of oneness, of a vibration and a frequency that is beyond words. It's love that takes our breath away. Let it take our breath away. Let it. Rest into it and let our awareness stay there. That's all. When we get distracted, oh, I've got to get something to eat. Oh, I need to shop for this. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Just return. Oh, I'm returning my attention to the invisible world, to love that abounds. And we are that love. And when I pick myself up and go out the door, all I want to do, I have no other job in this world, and none of us do, except to love, not even to love, be the love that we already are. And then however it's supposed to show up, by grace, we know. We don't have to read about it, figure it out, have someone tell us where to go. We don't have to go to therapy. We don't have to resolve anything. We have to receive the love that we are and then let love speak. It's that simple. Go let it speak. Walk out your front door. Speak to the mailman, the trash man, whoever it is, just let yourself speak. You might speak with a smile. You might speak with a wave. You might speak with words. You might start singing. Let love speak through us, because as we give it, that's the law of love. Love has to give of itself. It has to. It has to extend of itself. So let it love, let it extend. We don't get it. We just are it. And then, just like we're all sitting here in this room, we're recognizing that we belong to this love. We're recognizing it together. We're resting into it. We're enjoying it, and we're enjoying each other. That's what our holiness is. That's what grace is. That's how to live in time and space from the soul, so that we don't have to worry about the laws of time and space. When we live under a higher law, the lower laws are, I don't know how to say it. The lower laws it's like render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's. The lower laws are taken care of. We manage. Our taxes are paid. We stop at red stop signs. Now I stop at stop signs. We stop at red lights. The lower laws are fulfilled effortlessly by grace again, because the higher law sees to it that there's harmony at every level. That's all. So it makes sense. First of all, it's more efficient, very efficient. Might as well live at the highest law and this is what true trickle down is. Let it really trickle down into all of the dream sequences that we might find ourselves in. So I love you guys. I totally sincerely appreciate each one of you. I tell you this every day because I love you and I can't say it enough that doing this together, if we want to, that was another law of love, is that we gather. Like a mother gathers her children, a chicken gathers its hens. We must gather. And thank you for gathering every day. Thank you. Bless you all. I'll see you tomorrow from Quincy because I'm going to visit Baraka. Some of you know Baraka, and a member of our family who is on the threshold of opening and resting into his holiness and his soul. So I'll see you from there tomorrow. And Scott, I wanted to make time for you to speak and sing and whatever. I love you. Thank you all.
I love you too. And Vicky, you are definitely not going to go to your ascension saying on your bed, I wish I loved more. Oh, I wish I didn't withhold my love. Oh, God. No, that's not going to happen. And may it not happen for anyone listening to these words, anyone. Just, you start now. Just start now. Don't waste your time reviewing your life thinking, oh, I could have loved more. That life review is not helpful. What's truly helpful is just to love now. We belong. Oh, thank you, Christopher. We belong to love. Just like the stars in the sky up above, and wherever we are and whatever we've done, we've just turned to light in the eyes of the sun. As a matter of fact, our life has only begun. The world is turning, and there's nothing left to say. But the light in you, the light that's here on silent day. We belong to love. Just like the stars in the sky up above, and whoever you are and whatever you've done, you've just turned to light in the eyes of the sun. As a matter of fact, our life has only begun.
Thank you, Scott. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Punto.
Punto, everyone.
Many blessings.
Would you like to leave the announcement?